The deed is done. Redforth is dealt with. No one is ever going to suffer from his corrupt cruelty again. And what does that look for? Do I have something on my face? Oh, I see. I miss some blood. I believe I have a handkerchief in my pocket. Oh yes, here it is. Just wipe this away. Better. Feeding can be such a messy business, especially when they struggle. Redforth, being the fat hog he is, tried to make quite the squealing fuss. However, I was not discovered, and I left behind no evidence connecting anyone in this manner to the disappearance of Lord Redforth. It will be quite humorous, really, to watch Redforth's minions and business partners panic and scramble like frantic little ants in the path of an oncoming flood. Yes, I believe I mentioned before that I myself have held a particular dislike for Redforth ever since I first came across that disgusting pig the mortals dared to call a noble. Can you believe that high-born mothers actually pushed their daughters at that disgusting creature, all for the hope of acquiring even more wealth and attachment of their name to the Redforth family? I always pitied the poor misses under their greedy mothers' thumbs. However, I never really cared so much about the affairs of humans to go out of my way to interfere. Mortals have never really held much entertainment for me, at least not for long periods. Except, of course, for you, my little thief. You are so interesting, intriguing. You are fearless, determined. You are not afraid to get your hands dirty to do what you need to do, especially when your survival is involved. You didn't even bulk in the face of a vampire. You stood your ground. You are different from the rest of the mortal animals. I could feel it when I first laid eyes on you in my study. Your spirit called out so desperately to be liberated from the humdrum, stale as old bread, mortal life you were condemned to. Getting rid of Redforth in order to make you mine. Child's play. It helps that Redforth's peers all hated him, and will likely be glad of his absence. Aside from his business partners and anyone he owed money to, I doubt any of them will be raising any torches to find the culprit, or even Redforth himself. Aren't humans just so funny? They do have their moments when they are truly amusing to watch. Yes, I am going to turn you. You will be my companion for eternity. I will show you everything I see within you that you have not been able to see for yourself thus far. You will be glorious. I am a very picky vampire, my dear. I have been very lonely. But I won't turn just any human. I refuse to have a stale breadcrumb tied to me for eternity. That's far worse than being lonely. You are exactly the type of mortal I've been waiting hundreds of years for. Yes, I will in fact take you to see the world. After all, if we stay around here for too long, people will begin to notice that we do not age. Be quite the problem. We'll travel for a few decades, and then we'll come back for an undetermined period of time. I think we'll go to France for a few years. Perhaps some time in Italy and Spain. Maybe we'll travel the Orient for a short time. The culture is quite interesting. Does all of that fascinate you, my dear? You've always wanted to see Paris, I will show you that. And so much more. You will see the entire world around you in a whole new way. The sensation of the night breeze across your flesh, the sounds of the crickets and all of nature. You will hear all of it speak to you as you never knew it could. Yes, you will have to drink blood, and the blood of animals will weaken you if you try to rely solely upon that. And I forbid it. Animal blood is only for emergencies, travel, and times when it is required to lay low. But don't worry, I will help you. You do not have to kill or even seriously harm your victims. Don't you think that I would have been detected ages ago if I was a careless, violent feeder? No, we won't be isolated to the shadows. As I told you, I've manipulated the public to think that the man they knew before me was my recluse father, and I am an eccentric that hates sunlight. Play the mortals correctly, and you'll never have to be condemned to hide forever in the shadows. Flaws of careless vampires. Nothing you need to be concerned about. Now then, are you ready? I want you. I want to taste you first before I turn you. in every way. I am going to bite you now, my dearest. I promise it will feel very good. You will enjoy it. A feature of the vampire venom induces a sense of pleasurable euphoria. Don't worry, just relax. And then when you wake up, you will be welcomed into a brand new and incredible world you never before imagined. Oh, that tasted very, very good. All right. I am going to cut myself now. My sweet little thief. You must drink from me as well. Else, you will die. Here we go. Drink, my darling. Drink. Good. That's good. Just a bit more, and that should do it. And such a good girl. I didn't have to fight you off at all. You're going to be such an impressive vampire. I knew my instincts were right. Sleep now, my darling. No, don't worry. I won't leave you. I will be right here when you wake up. Rest easy, my little thief. Close those eyes.